talk about Huda, we'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda, we'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, welcome to a new episode of our program Viewers Pulse. We are with you live here this afternoon, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inshallah to make this episode of benefit as we try to recap some of the things that happened here at Huda TV in the past week. Let me remind you with our phone numbers 002-0238-555, 248 or 249. These are our two numbers, 002-0238-555, 248 or 249. If you have any suggestions for us, any comments that you'd like to make, any questions that you have about our programming, feel free inshallah to pick up the phone right now and give us a call. Also, another great way to stay in touch with us is through our email at pulse@huda.tv. Pulse@huda.tv is another great way to stay in touch with us inshallah. Following that is Facebook, facebook.com/HudaTV or huda.tv. That will get you to the same page. If we have a live feed of our Facebook page, we'll take it shortly inshallah. I believe the last time I checked there were approximately 206,000 people on our Facebook page. I hope that you're one of them. If you're not, then make sure inshallah you go ahead and like our page. If you are one of them, then go ahead and share the link with all your friends inshallah. Another great way to stay in touch with Huda TV, my dear brothers and sisters, is through our Twitter account, and that is twitter.com/HudaTV channel. Twitter.com/HudaTV channel. And of course, the best way to stay in touch with a television channel would definitely be either through its television screen or through its YouTube page. And you can stay in touch with us through our YouTube page at youtube.com/HudaTV, youtube.com/HudaTV. You can do multiple things on there, inshallah. The first thing is that you can watch some of our archives, some of our old programming that has aired for about the past 8 or 9 years or so. You can definitely find some of the top programs on there, inshallah. You can also watch our latest programs that have aired right here on Huda TV, many times on the same night that the program airs, sometimes the next day, depending on how big the file is and how long it takes to upload to YouTube also. Another great way and another great thing that you can do through our YouTube page, my dear brothers and sisters, is to watch us through live streaming. Live streaming, the Huda TV live streaming is up, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sometimes it's not working, but whenever we find out that it's not working, we try to fix it as soon as possible so that you can enjoy watching Huda TV no matter where you are around the world. Maybe if you're traveling to a country where Huda TV is not on your television screen, you're still able to watch Huda television through there, inshallah. So these are the three main things that you can do on our YouTube page, inshallah. And there is a fourth thing that has been added recently, and I think it's a great addition. Instead of watching a complete episode of Huda Tonight, for example, our new program or other things, that may take you a long time, and many YouTube users are not used to watching full-length videos, meaning videos that are 45 minutes or even 30 minutes or sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes up to 2 hours. Some of our programming lasts for that long. So we pick some special clips for you that don't exceed 2, 3, or sometimes 5, maybe 10 minutes, short clips that you can watch, inshallah, through our YouTube channel independently, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. So you'll always be able to find that through our YouTube page, inshallah. Let me remind you of our Skype. That is Skype, the Huda TV Skype. You can give us a call on it right now if it is working, and I hope it is, inshallah. Huda_TV. Huda_TV. That's the way to contact us right here on Huda TV through Skype. Okay, my dear brothers and sisters, we have a program for you here today that we will be sharing some reports with you. The first report is about the newly established program right here on Huda TV. This program is called Huda Tonight, and we've been working very hard here behind the scenes for more than 2 months now. I believe close to 3 months The brothers have been working very hard here behind the scenes at Huda TV. Everybody, all the way from the brothers who are working on preparing the material for it, to the people working on the finances in order to raise the money to make such a big program, to the brothers who have built the decor or the set of this program, to the directors and all the technical staff that is with them, that make sure you have a great viewing experience every night. Let me tell you, this program, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, so far has aired 2 episodes, and I'm happy with it. I think, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, that it has started off on the right path. Of course, there could always be further development to anything that is done, especially on television. And inshallah, we promise you to continue developing Huda Tonight, inshallah, throughout the next few days, the next few weeks, and hopefully also, inshallah, through the next few years as this program continues to be a part of the Huda TV package. Our goal, inshallah, is for it to become one of the flagship programs here on Huda TV, and that you benefit from it greatly, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Okay, my dear brothers and sisters, I talked a bit about Huda tonight, then I think it's something good to start by taking a look at a clip from Huda Tonight. I want to take you to today, the year 1924. We're talking about approximately 90 years ago, when we can say, Ataturk was successful, at least, during the early years, to take out everything that's Islamic, as we heard in the report, and he did so through changing things on the institutional level, also forcing people to leave, their deen, at least outwardly. Have you seen the situation change in recent years in Turkey?
Okay, brother, he was very successful because he was part of a wider network, a wider network of the Masons, the Masonry network. And this is something that is known amongst most of the Muslim leaders today, that they all have their affiliation to the Masons or the Illuminatis. So he was very successful because he had all the wealth behind him, all the power behind him, but he didn't have the people behind him. In fact, his political party had a saying that said, for the people, despite the people. Yani, despite what the people want, that we will give it for they believe that they're doing this for the good of the people, but this is despite what the people want. And this went on for years, and as you mentioned before, they prohibited the adhan. For many years, the adhan was prohibited here. Hijab was only brought back, subhanAllah, only were you allowed to wear hijab in the schools over the last couple of years with our new leader here, Erdogan, alhamdulillah, bringing back this law. Only a couple of months ago were the women allowed to wear hijab inside the parliament or inside any office areas, but they are still not allowed to wear it inside the police or inside the army. But he was very successful in his deviance. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the evildoers plan, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala plans, but the plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always better. And we've got to remember, brother, that this could never have happened except for the weakness in ourselves.
That's true.
The weakness in our own selves, that we had diverted from the path of truth.
Yes.
We had diverted from Tawheed in many ways. We had diverted from Sunnah in many ways. And we started to doubt our own religion, and this is one of the weapons of the disbelievers at the moment, is to try and make doubts for the believer inside his own self, so that he doubts his own religion.
That was a short clip, my dear brothers and sisters, of our new program Huda Tonight, that airs at 10:30 p.m. Mecca time, Sunday through Thursday. So every day, inshallah, from Sunday until Thursday, 5 days a week, you can watch Huda Tonight, and it's going to be live. Alhamdulillah, we have a diverse group of brothers who are presenting this program, so we can share part of the diversity of the Ummah. On Sunday and Tuesday, I present the first and second segments, which are the news segment and the main talk show segment. And then Brother Hisham Mandur presents the third segment on both nights, which is Sunday and Monday. And, alhamdulillah, he does a great job with that. On Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it is a three-man team with Brother Ali Fluker, who you're going to be seeing for the very first time on Huda TV tonight, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. He's going to be presenting the news segment on all three nights, Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So they have a three-man team. On the first segment, it is always Brother Ali Fluker presenting the news. Brother Ali Fluker is a journalist, so we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for him to present the best news for the Muslim Ummah and the news that is of most benefit. And then in the second and third segment, inshallah, you are going to be joined by Brother Malik Evanglatos for the next coming few weeks, and also Brother Hisham Mandur, who presents also on Sunday and Monday. You've probably seen him last night on Huda Tonight, or maybe you've seen him on Sunday night as well. Now, Brother Malik Evanglatos is a person who, mashallah, all of you know very well here on Huda TV. We did have a program with him here saying that he officially retired from Huda TV. Not in the literal sense, but he retired from being live here because he's traveling soon to the US. And then he was going to be our correspondent from the US. But it looks like, inshallah, he's staying in Egypt for a few more weeks at least. So as long as he's here, we want to make sure that he is on the television screen. So I believe that he will be with you tonight, inshallah, on Huda Tonight, and possibly either on Wednesday or on Thursday as well, inshallah. Okay, my dear brothers and sisters, let's go ahead and begin our weekly recap segment, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The first clip that we have for you tonight is a clip from our very famous program, Correct Your Recitation. And in this clip, Sheikh Abdul Khaliq has a very beautiful recitation. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام تكذبان
That was a beautiful, beautiful recitation by Sheikh Abdul Khaliq. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him of the amazing surah, Surah Ar-Rahman. No matter how many times a person listens to the ayat of this beautiful surah, Surah Ar-Rahman, you can never get enough of it, especially if you hear it in such a beautiful voice. We're joined on the phone right now by our very own brother Malik of Inglaterra. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother Osama.
How you doing this afternoon,
Thanks for
Akhi?
having me, brother.
How you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great, brother, and thank you so much for having me on your program.
Let me tell you something, brother. Let me ask you a question that's on everybody's mind. Are you back from retirement?
Well, you know what? I suppose perhaps I'm back from retirement because I did have some complications in my return home. So as long as I'm here near our Cairo studios, I am always at the service of Huda TV.
Mm-hmm.
And when our regional director, Mr. Ahmed Fahmy, had contacted me and said, Brother Malik, we do in fact have an all-new program for Huda tonight, and we would like you to take part in that program. I told him, of course, I would be honored to, because I truly do love Huda TV, and if I can offer my humble services a couple times a week on this program, Huda Tonight. And by the way, Brother Osama, I watched the first segment last night, and I thought you did an excellent job. I thought the whole staff and team is doing a good job, inshallah.
Barakallahu feek. Let me ask you, brother, tell us a little bit about how specifically you're going to be on Huda tonight, what days of the week you're going to be on, and at the same time, what are you going to be presenting?
Well, certainly, I hope to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the time being.
So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, or just Tuesday and Thursday?
From what I understood, we were talking Tuesdays and Thursdays, but if they need me on Wednesday, that's great as well. And I will, in fact, be hosting the second and third segments. Mm-hmm. We will be live. We'll be discussing important and pressing issues facing the Muslim world. So, of course, I'm very honored and humbled to be a part of it.
Alhamdulillah.
As long as I'm
and
here,
we're glad that you're back, brother. It's always good to see you again.
Hey, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you. I'm on my way to the studio now,
inshallah. Bidnillah ta'ala. We'll see you once you get here, bidnillah ta'ala.
Thank you, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh. That was Brother Malik ibn Glatos, my dear brothers and sisters, who was with us on the phone right now. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. It is always great to have him back and to see him. Like I told you before on our farewell interview with Brother Malik, he is a great person. He's even more great off camera than he is on camera. All of you know how great he is on camera, and I'm telling you, he's even better and more humble on camera. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him, off camera, inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him and his family a safe trip home when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills for that to be. But until then, he is with us here, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Alright, my dear brothers and sisters, let's go ahead and take a look at our next report, which is a recap of this past week's episode of Gardens of the Pious with Sheikh Muhammad Salah. In this episode, my dear brothers and sisters, Sheikh Salah is talking about how a person can be on the straight path. How do we stay on the straight path? Let's take a look.
Al-istiqamah again, which is the most important matter that the believer should worry about most. It is the thing which every believer, an average Muslim, invokes Allah the Almighty at least 17 times every day. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. The word sirat means path. Mustaqim means straight. So guide us to the straight path. It is the most important thing in the life of every believer. It is what concerns every Muslim most, to remain steadfast on the straight path. And that's why when this companion asked the Prophet ﷺ about a very comprehensive advice that he doesn't have to ask anyone else afterward, the Prophet ﷺ comprehended the whole religion in a couple words. He said, say amantu billah. Obviously, the meaning is not just to utter the word amantu billah, but rather to verify your iman, to believe in Allah, truly to believe in what He has informed us about the unseen, even though we could not visualize it. You do not object, you do not deny any of Allah's commands. You do not say that is befitting now or it is not befitting now. Whatever Allah the Almighty ordained and ordered and informed about the unseen, you must believe in it entirely.
Welcome back, my dear brothers and sisters. That was a beautiful reminder by Sheikh Muhammad Salah about staying on the straight path, something that all of us need. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to always guide us and to always keep us on the straight path, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Alright, my dear brothers and sisters, we still have a whole lot more coming up, inshallah, in the next segment of Viewers Pulse. We also encourage you to give us a call and call into the program. Share your thoughts with us. We're with you live. You can give us a call through our phones or through Skype, inshallah. Whenever you are ready, share some of your thoughts or your comments. I understand that this is the very first time that this program airs during this time slot, so many of our regular viewers are not used to this new time slot. But if you are watching, we would love to hear from you, inshallah. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back, inshallah.
Allahumma inni as'aluka al-firdaus al-a'la min al-jannah. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-firdaus al-a'la min al-jannah.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله.
I bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped except Allah, alone without partner, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his slave and messenger.
يا ذا الجلال والإكرام يا حي يا قيوم لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا واجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back, my dear brothers and sisters, to this episode of Viewers Pulse. Thank you so much for continuing to be with us here on this Tuesday afternoon. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make what we talk about here of benefit, inshallah, and hopefully get to listen to a lot of great reminders through our recap segment, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Coming up right now, inshallah, my dear brothers and sisters, we are going to take a look at a clip from our very famous program and our long and ongoing program here, ongoing program here on Huda TV, which is Quran in Depth. And as you know, my dear brothers and sisters, this is a program presented by Sheikh Ibrahim Zidane, and he said that this is his lifelong project. Whenever he's here in Egypt, because he currently is overseas, he records as many episodes as he can. And what he does is that he was started in Quran in Depth by taking the Quran from cover to cover, from beginning to end, from the very first ayah of the Quran, and he's making his way through. I believe right now he is in Surah An-Nisa. You may say, wow, it's been a few years and he's still in Surah An-Nisa. The Quran is so beautiful. There's so many meanings that you can get from one ayah. And that is what's making Dr. and Sheikh Ibrahim Zidane take so long, because he is contemplating on amazing verses of the Quran. In this clip, inshallah, my dear brothers and sisters, we want to listen to a part of his discussion about some thoughts about Surah An-Nisa. Let's take a look.
Surah An-Nisa, and with the laws of inheritance, still in the beginning verses of the surah, some of the rulings that sets the grounds for relationships and life and death and financial responsibilities, that shows that this religion of Islam is such a comprehensive way of life that encompasses everything in our life. And it's against those who would want to limit the religion to make it only some spiritualities or some orders here or there. Has nothing to do with our livelihood, has nothing to do with relationships, with what is halal, what is haram. This is definitely such an evil thing for someone to believe in such a way to the religion of Islam. So one of the evidence of that is when it comes and deals with wealth. Wealth and properties and estates and anything that a person possesses on the face of earth, it's meant to be this way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala entrusts us with this rizq, with these provisions, and we will be asked about it in the Day of Judgment. How did you earn it and how did you spend it? And how would a person leave it behind after death? If a person would have a will, what's in the will? Would the person try to cause harm to those after him when he would give unjustly to some and not to the others, as some people might deprive their daughters from inheritance, for example, or deprive his wife from inheriting from him? So he would do something in his last moments of his life that can cause him to be subjected to the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all of these types of issues needs for the Muslim to be aware of. We need to get to know these rulings, or at least to ask the people of knowledge when it comes to inheritance. It is not something that change from one culture to the other. These are the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as we heard last time, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the all-knowing, the most wise subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He's the most merciful. He is more merciful towards us than our own selves. So He knows best subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should not put our own opinions or think one way or the other. We should submit ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Welcome back, my dear brothers and sisters. That was an amazing clip from Quran in Depth by Sheikh Ibrahim Zidane. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him. And I really hope that we watch this program and we listen to this program and we contemplate. The very least thing that we can do, my dear brothers and sisters, is begin reading the Quran. And if we're not able to read it in Arabic, then read it in another language, in English. Of course, you can always read it, because obviously if you understand what I'm saying, then you can read English. And all of us, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us with the ability to be able to communicate in the English language, which is the most famous language after Chinese in the world today. So, my dear brothers and sisters, let us read the translation of the Quran. If you can't read the original Quran, then go ahead and read the translation. Don't just say, okay, you know what, I'm not going to read anything at all because I can't understand Arabic and the translation is not as accurate as the original and I don't get the same feelings. Well, guess what? If you can't get something, don't lose it in its entirety. take a little bit of it at least. Or maybe read it in a different, language as well. And then start and improve from there and watch a program that talks about Qur'an in depth, or read a tafsir book or something like that, and really begin your relationship with the Qur'an, inshaAllah. I loved what Shaykh Ibrahim Zidan said in this clip when he's talking about how Islam is holistic. It's a complete way of life. It's not only about spirituality, even though spirituality is a very big part of Islam. But it's not only about spirituality. It's not only about a few rules here and there, as he said. No, it's a complete way of life that encompasses everything. And he was talking about the laws of inheritance and how important that is in our lives, that we follow the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And all of you know how many people around you, and maybe even yourself, was done injustice to in the issue of inheritance, especially our sisters, our women, who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them a right to a certain amount or to a certain piece of land or whatever the situation may be, and then comes slaves of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just normal people, and they try to take that right away. InshaAllah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to always follow the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so that we can enjoy the best in this life and in the next, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Alright, my dear brothers and sisters, we have one more clip for you here this evening. This is a recap from our program, A Time to Please Allah, and this is a discussion between Brother Jibreel and Brother Ismail. Let's take a look.
Very important thing. A lot of people, and even a lot of the Muslims might not know this, but when you say to people, good luck, luck, when it comes to luck, lucky charms and lucky things, right? Actually, luck, the translation, it comes actually from fortuna in Latin. It comes from fortuna. And fortuna was actually a pagan deity, right? So that's where they took it. It was actually, has to do with tawakkul on this thing, right? So when you say good luck, basically you're saying, it's kind of like, may this God be with you, fortuna.
So is it right to say that this fortuna is what's become as known as fortune?
Fortune, yeah. Fortune, yeah.
So even good luck. Fortune,
yeah.
maybe, we're not making any fatwas here, of course, but, obviously it's a bit of a concern to use those kind of words in that case.
Exactly. It's basically you're using the deity, the name of the deity, and in the description of its attributes in pagan mythology.
That opens a whole new, board game. I remember you recently used the word of, there was a word we were talking about that you said it means crucifixion.
Yes.
What was it again? Critical? Crucial.
Crucial, yeah.
So there's so many books that we are translated in for, even in Aqidah books, where they use the terminology crucial.
It's crucial.
Or they use the terminology...
it's coming from...
Fortune.
Yeah, fortune.
Fortune from Allah.
Fortune, yeah.
So, subhanAllah, a lot of people don't quite realize. I mean,
because the translation, once you move down the translation...
filter it down, no one's really aware of the original meanings.
Yeah. And a lot of the words have faced the same issue. But specifically to this, to Fortuna, and I think you and I were discussing not too long ago about the issue of Nike, right? And that's also related to
oh yeah, I'm a complete anti-Nike now. I mean, I used to... I mean, there was a lot of those...
Adidas.
There was a lot of those... Allahu Alam, if they were true, that the shoes designed like this. I mean, you could see some similarities.
Allah's name.
And they say Coca-Cola, you put Coca-Cola backwards. I mean, some of those are a bit far-fetched maybe. But so I never really went down that road. But when I researched the Nike, the fact that the Nike was the god of victory. The company of Nike, it's not like fortune, it's a word that's come thousands or hundreds of years that no one knows what it means. Nike company, which is founded probably
the 50s, I believe, or so,
was purposely chosen for the god of victory. As if to say, we are, you'll become victorious by wearing Nike, the god of victory.
Yeah.
Apparel and shoes and what have you.
Beautiful discussion between Brother Ismail and Brother Jibreel. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward both of them for their great efforts. What I love about them is that they're both reverts to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they definitely bring a different perspective, and they're able to relate to a large segment of our viewing population here at Huda TV. People who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed to have reverted to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. People who honestly, in my opinion, are many times better than us, people who were born and raised in the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, all of us are born Muslim, But some of us who were raised in Islam may not understand and may not value what we have as much as people who fought so hard to become Muslims. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the entire Muslim ummah, inshallah. My dear brothers and sisters, before we go, inshallah, we want to go ahead and take a look at our YouTube live streaming. As I said before, 24 hours a day from any part of the globe, you can always watch us, inshallah. So feel free, inshallah, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, any corner of the globe. I'm making an advertisement for Huda TV, youtube.com/Huda TV. Just click on live streaming and you will be with us, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you, my dear brothers and sisters, for being with us here this afternoon. We hope that this episode was of benefit, and we hope that all of you, inshallah, enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your evening, the rest of your night, the rest of your weeks, and the rest of your lives, inshallah, in the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Jazakumullah khairan. Have a good evening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda. We'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home.